what's up all you lovely learners out there in learning land? Tyler from 10thumbspro.com coming at you with another ukulele tutorial like we do every single Wednesday and Saturday. Today we're going to dominate the D chord. Whether you're an absolute beginner or maybe you're pre-intermediate, here's some tips to help you play the D chord better and some exercises that we're going to run through that you can use as a warm-up as well to improve your playing. Printable tabs for this tutorial by becoming a Patreon. You'll see a link here in the notes, as well as the description, and in the description you'll also see my email if you want some Skype lessons one-on-one. If you're an absolute beginner, go ahead and check out our absolute beginner playlist with other videos including how to play the G chord, strumming, how to strum, 5 essential strum patterns, all kind of other essential videos that you need to know if you're an absolute beginner. Make sure to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell. It really does help these videos, and once you've done that, go ahead and grab your ukulele, brain and attention span, and let's go ahead and learn how to play this D chord. Follow me on in, let's do it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start with how to construct the D chord, and then once we feel confident with how to create it, we're going to do some exercises that are going to play it to help reinforce this. These are the 3 fingers that we want to use. A lot of people start off with these 3 fingers. We want to use these 3 fingers because later that's going to help us play an E chord. So by starting out when we're just learning, we want to use these 3 fingers. If you're using these 3 fingers, today is a great day to break that habit and learn to use these 3 fingers. I also see some people play with just 1 finger. Ultimately, that's not the best because you're not going to be able to articulate your A string that well. You're going to run into problems with chord melody down the line. It's better just to go ahead and learn how to do it the right way from the start. Now that comment might go ahead and cause some controversy. I'm not trying to offend anyone, but this is, from my professional experience, the absolute best way to play this chord for both to articulate it, to voice it, as well as the power that it has when you are playing in other styles, including chord melody, and later on when you want to learn how to move this shape. So this is the best way to play it. Trust me on that. Okay, so we're going to get our middle finger and we're going to put it on the 2nd fret of the G string. Our ring finger goes below it, and our pinky goes below it. So one of the things where people get in trouble with this is they keep their elbow, see my elbow, in towards the ribs. What that's going to do is it's going to roll the wrist this way. What that's going to do is it's going to push these 2 fingers onto this fret marking. So if I keep my elbow into my ribs, I get a sound that sounds like this. And that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for this sound. So you can see how to get that sound, my fingers line up in a straight line. To do that, I'm actually getting that happening from my wrist. I'm rolling my wrist until this part of my hand makes contact with this part of my ukulele. If I have a space between here and there, I'm going to get some sour sounds. If I roll over until I make contact with the head of the ukulele, I'm going to get some cleaner sounds. You can even force yourself to do that by taking your elbow and moving it away from your rib cage and a little further out. Now, it doesn't have to be a chicken wing, but if you push your elbow out, it's going to roll your wrist over. And that gives us this straight sound. Now, I don't have big hands, but I don't have small hands either. I have average-sized male hands, and this is a soprano ukulele. So if you use good technique and you get your hand in the right spot, no matter what size your hands are, no matter what size the ukulele is, you can play this chord right. Okay, so we're going to zoom out just a little bit and we're going to look at a couple of exercises that we have to help you take this from being able to play it to being able to dominate it. So let's give it a little more breathing room and let's go ahead and break her down. Okay, so we're zoomed out a little bit. Why don't we go ahead? The first thing we want to do is make sure our D is articulate. You want all 4 of those notes to ring out. If one of them is giving you trouble, go ahead and double check what we have going on. Make sure you're in a line. Make sure you're getting contact here so your wrist is rolling out. And let's get a clean and articulate D chord. If you just can't do it on your ukulele too, on a soprano or something like that, it might be worth looking to upgrade and get a bigger sized ukulele, okay? The larger your hands, the larger the ukulele, the easier it will be, okay? So we're gonna go from a D to an A minor. This is a great change to practice this chord as you're learning it because our finger here stays stationary. And we're just gonna do 4 downs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get really, really confident with that. Feel really confident with those changes and feel really confident with articulating that D chord. Then you can try any strum patterns you want. Right now we're going to mix it up and we're going to do Old Faithful, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Okay, and as I mentioned earlier, I may have cut that part out. The D chord is in the key of D as the 1 chord. It is in the key of G as the 5 chord, and it is in the key of A as the 4 chord. So you want to be able to go from a D to a G. So we're going to do the same exercise, down, down, up, down, up, from a D to a G. If you don't feel confident with a G chord, check out our video on how to play a G chord. All right? So the next one that we want to do is we want to mix this up, and we want to go a D to an A major. Okay, now a D to a C. And what I'm doing is I'm practicing these specific changes because you're going to see these changes in a lot of songs. So instead of practicing large chord progressions, I'm just practicing these particular changes to make sure I feel confident with the D chord going from the D chord to any of these chords in any of these keys. I'm just doing the major chords, but you'd want to do this with the minor chords as well. For example, a D to an E minor. But the E minor is going to get its whole own video. So for this particular video, if you don't feel confident with an E minor, that is okay. But if you do want to also practice the D to the E minor. Okay, so now we want to look at finger picking. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do a thumb on the G string. Then we're going to play the E string with our index finger, thumb on the C string, index on the A. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is when you really hear every note, and this is when you know if you're playing it correctly or not. 1, 2, 3, 4. G string, E string, C string, A string, thumb, index, index. You can take this practice to the next level by doing this exercise with the metronome as well. Okay, now we're going to apply the chord progression, this to our A minor. And really, all those chord progressions that we went through, the D to the G, the D to the C, the D to the A, you want to do this exercise with each one of those chords as well. Okay? All right, so now we're going to do our last exercise. Our hardest exercise is we're going to mix the finger picking with the strumming, which means we're going to enter some eighth note action. I'm going to do the same pattern, but I'm going to do it eighth notes, 1 and 2 and. Then I'm going to give an up strum and a down strum. So if I were to count it really slow, it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Thumb, index, thumb, index, pause, up, down, pause, G, E, C, A, pause, up, down, pause. Practice that over just the D, and then we're going to do that change from the D to the A minor. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And there you have it, folks. These are exercises that you would do when you very first grab your ukulele to start your jamming sessions. These would be your warm-ups, and they are going to improve your D chord dramatically, your finger picking, and your timing as well. So depending on your level, like we discussed earlier, maybe you're doing just the basic chord changes, D to G, and maybe you're getting the finger picking in. Maybe you're getting a random solo in. Maybe not, maybe you are. So what you want to do is find the one that is appropriate for your level and use that as the warm-up. And once you feel confident with that, you would move up in the difficulty of the exercises. Doing these at the beginning of your sessions before you play songs and before you sing some songs will dramatically improve your ability to play the ukulele. But like dramatically. 10-fold? Nope. 11.5-fold. Avenge sevenfold, all right? It's going to really, really take your playing to the next level. And you can do these exercises for just about 5 minutes before you get playing on your uk. All right, until next time, keep on rocking and rolling, and we'll catch you next Wednesday or next Saturday. Take care. All right, thank you so much for watching to the very end of the video here at 10thumbspro.com. We appreciate you learning with us. Hopefully this helped you with your D chord, and hopefully this helps you become a better ukulele player. That's the overall goal. You need to know how to play chords, and you need to know how to play some strum patterns, because those are the foundation and the building blocks of all music. All right, until next time, keep on rocking and rolling. Keep on loving life. We're going to keep on loving you, and we'll see you soon for our next ukulele tutorial. Love, peace, and chicken grease. Have a lovely day. Take care, everybody.